Hi, Scary Recaps here. Today, I'm going to explain the movie The Sacrament from 2013. Beware of spoilers. A New York City-based multimedia company is focused on international news, arts, and culture. Known for covering provocative and controversial stories that has produced some of today's most compelling and original content, in a style often referred to as immersionism. Sam Turner, a reporter at the company's headquarters in Brooklyn, introduces Patrick Carter, a fashion photographer whose sister, after struggling with drug addiction, has left New York to join a sober living community in Mississippi. It all started when Patrick received a mysterious letter. Making a news story out of it, Patrick opens the letter and reads it out loud. Patrick's sister seems to be alright in the community and asks from her brother to come and visit her. In the letter, there is a phone number, which Patrick calls and learns that his sister has moved out of the country with the rest of the community. Patrick was not given the exact location his sister is in now, except for instructions of where to go, and that a helicopter would be waiting to take him the rest of the way. Sam convinces Patrick to go with him, bringing along Jake, a cameraman, to film this mysterious trip. The trio flies to the designated area, where they are picked up by helicopter and left at an airfield in the middle of a jungle. The pilot warns them that he will be picking them up the following day at 8 a.m. He says that he is going to wait for 1 hour before leaving, with or without them. The group meets the guides, who are baffled as they were only expecting Patrick. The guides call someone on the radio and soon let the three men board their truck, taking them to the Parish, deep in the jungle. The crew films the route until the truck stops and an armed man orders Jake to turn off the camera. Jake complies, and Patrick tries to ease the guards. Soon Patrick's sister, Caroline, arrives and greets the crew. Patrick, Sam, and Jake are warmly welcomed to Eden Parish. It is revealed that the parish is controlled by the father. His voice is frequently heard through speakers, warning and preaching, and that secrecy from authorities and strangers is important. As Sam and Jake settle in, Caroline takes Patrick away in order to catch up with him. Sam and Jake leave their cabin and start wandering around. Sam interviews several of the parish members, learning about their way of life, free from government laws, technology, and outside communication, a spiritual, faithful community, firmly believing in God. Wendy, a nurse, tells Sam that everyone sold their properties to the church before becoming members of the parish, and also that the father is a clever businessman. After the interviews, Sam summarizes what he has already heard. He mentions that desperation is what brought many people to the parish, but agrees that they all look happy. Jake, however, is concerned about how long this community is going to last, finding it incredible that former drug addicts have managed to survive for this long. Sam prepares himself for the interview with the father when Jake notices a girl named Savannah standing outside their cabin. Sam learns that Savannah is mute and tries to interview her mother, who tells him that they are not allowed to talk about the parish to outsiders. Sam and Jake meet up with Patrick and Caroline. Caroline informs them that the father has agreed to the interview, but lets them know that he isn't feeling very well, and that he will only be able to sit with them for half an hour. Caroline hands Sam an envelope with extra information about the parish, and informs the crew that a feast is due after sundown. Sam and Jake sit down with Patrick and have an update. Sam reads the note inside the envelope and confirms what they have already seen. After sundown, the crew prepares for the interview with the father. Upon his entrance, the father is hailed and cheered like a messiah of some kind. Soon, Sam starts the questions. Father's real name is Charles Anderson Reed. He grew up in poverty and fought hard to build this congregation, which was set to eliminate the foundations of modern society: poverty, violence, greed, and racism. Sam asks about the armed guards, and the father says that the community needs to be protected. At some point, Sam gets in a tight spot when he asks about the sold-out properties of the members, and the father turns the tables on him, asking him if he loves his wife and his unborn child. Sam replies yes, and the father tells him that he loves the members of the parish as if they were his own children. Later, Sam admits that this was the weirdest interview he's ever done. As the members celebrate, Sam and Jake sit out and look at the place. Savannah comes up to them and hands a note to Sam saying, "Please, help us." Sam and Jake go to the celebration, searching for Savannah, and get nervous watching the armed guards attending the feast. They leave and go to find Patrick. They enter a cabin and discover a safe filled with passports. Caroline runs into them and tells them that Patrick is busy having sex with 2 women. Sam finds this odd enough, and Caroline tells him that Patrick is going to be fine in the parish with them. Sam disagrees with Caroline until Father summons her and warns them not to poke their noses in other people's business. Sam and Jake return to their cabin, but see Savannah and follow her. They are led to a group of people who beg them to save them. Savannah's mother says that the members are brainwashed and being manipulated. Sam tells her that the helicopter is too small to carry them all out at once, and the mother says to take Savannah with them to save her life. Suddenly, a noise is heard, and the group of terrified people scatters. Armed guards then appear, and Sam lies to them about Savannah being lost. One of the guards takes Savannah and says that he will take her home. Sam and Jake return to their cabin, clearly frustrated by all of this. A little while afterwards, a small group of people meet with Father in the pavilion and quickly begin to work. In the morning, Jake and Sam observe a large group of people standing outside the pavilion. They go over there to investigate and see people arguing, saying that they want to leave. Patrick tells them that many of them want to come with them on their helicopter and leave. Caroline informs the crew that since their arrival, the members have been stressed out. Sam goes to Savannah and tells Jake to run to the airfield and ask the helicopter pilot how many people he can carry and not to leave without them. Jake hops on the back of the truck and leaves the community. Sam stays with Savannah while Caroline accuses Patrick of ruining everything. Jake arrives at the airfield and tells the pilot that they have to take 3 more people with them. The pilot refuses, saying that this was not the deal. As the 2 men try to work this out, the pilot gets shot in the arm and Jake runs away. In the meantime, the armed guards capture Sam and Patrick. Jake runs into the jungle and hides behind a fallen tree. The guards locate his camera and one of them mentions Father's orders. No one leaves this place alive. A siren goes off and the Father calls everyone to the pavilion. He accuses the film crew of destroying the parish and expresses his fears of the authorities coming to the Eden parish and killing everyone. To ensure that no one of the community will be murdered, he orders a mass suicide, saying that this is the last sacrament. Potions are distributed among the faithful as the Father promises a calm and peaceful eternity in the afterlife. Meanwhile, Jake manages to outrun his pursuers and return to the helicopter. The pilot, severely wounded, says that he will still be able to fly the helicopter and tells Jake to go and fetch his friends. Father persuades the parish members to drink their potions, despite the initial refusal of a few members. Jake approaches the parish, as the majority of the members slowly die. Caroline poisons Patrick and kills him. The members of the congregation who refuse to take the poison are now being shot by the armed guards. When nearly everyone is dead, Father is seen walking around like a ghost. Jake manages to get inside the Eden parish and witnesses the many dead of the community lying around. He goes to a cabin and finds Savannah and her mother sitting there. The mother slices Savannah's throat, not wanting to give her to them, and soon an armed guard walks in and executes her. Jake leaves the cabin and runs into Caroline. He sees that Patrick is dead and tries to get Caroline out, but Caroline is determined to end her life there and then. She pours gasoline on herself and lights a fire, burning herself alive. Jake runs away and upon entering another cabin, finds Sam tied to a chair and Father watching over him. Father says that everything is over, reciting phrases from the Bible, and ends up shooting himself in the head. Jake unties Sam and they both run outside. An armed guard who is finishing off some of the survivors comes slowly towards them, but he is shot by another guard who tells the crew to leave. Jake and Sam run to the helicopter and manage to escape. In the aftermath, it is revealed that 167 people have died, one of the largest mass suicides in recorded history. Sam Turner and Jake Williams are the last known survivors.